Knit One, Heart 2, episode 91.
91, yes.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37. We're just adjusting the camera.
Sorry. And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy.
Reminder, we have 2 more weeks left to the holiday theme knit along.
Yeah.
Which is stockings, ornaments, anything that has a holiday theme to it, not just gifts.
Right.
So yeah, you can knit a hat. But if it's stockings, I mean by Christmas stockings. You can knit a hat, say you're going to give it to your brother. That doesn't count.
No.
So.
But if it was a hat that looked like a Santa hat, then it would totally count.
Or a hat with even a snowflake or a Christmas tree on it.
Exactly. Then it would totally count.
Yeah. So on that note...
we're also still doing our Knit Pearl Girl knit along.
Until the end of January.
Until the end of January. And you can knit any of Knit Pearl Girl's patterns to enter in that. Paid patterns or free patterns. It's up to you. Just post a picture of the finished project in the thread. And it's okay if you knit them in one of the other knit alongs. You can still also post here. So, and I haven't decided what the prizes are going to be for that yet, but... we'll announce them before the end of the thing, or when we give them out.
Yeah, that would do it too.
So, that's it for... and we have 1,105 members on the Ravelry group.
Oh, good.
So that's cool.
So getting right on the dance card. I am knitting a clapetee, which I have no idea who does that.
Kate Gilbert.
Kate Gilbert. Thank you.
Why I know this, I don't know.
No, you're right, though. So I started a clapetee yesterday. Not yesterday, last week. And I'm using it out of my Gypsy Girl Creations that I got from Rhinebeck. And this is what the ball looks like right now. It just kind of looks brown.
Yeah.
It started at tan. You can kind of see it.
Yeah.
And it's going into a brown, and it's going to go into a nice dark mahogany and burgundy. And then
teal.
A pop of teal. And then I'm going to use 2 skeins, so wherever the last skein ends is where I'll pick up.
Right.
And I think it's the teal from whatever I've seen. So it will be a reverse.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
And I'm following the rule of fifths.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
1/5 for the beginning and the increase.
Yeah.
3/5 for the body, and 1/5 for the decrease in the end.
Oh, good.
So it's 100 grams. 400 yards, I take that back. 100 grams, so I am going to knit to about 15 grams.
Mm-hmm. Because
then you repeat for about 15 grams, and then you do 6 rows before you do the main section. So I figure 15 grams will get me at least the 5 grams to do the 6 rows, which will probably be less, but why push it?
Right.
And go from there. And
cool. My husband is meeting with his boss now. That was the beep you heard, and you will hear it again.
I've looked into this. A lot of people have done it different ways. I tried to do the purl stitch without the markers because they kind of get in the way.
Yeah.
But I was also reading where in the purl stitch you have to, when you purl back, you purl through the back loop or something on something.
I don't know.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So I just went back to the markers. You can see a couple of purl stitches there.
Yeah.
And going there. So now I'm trying to get markers that aren't going to be flipping so much.
Yeah.
Like the best type of markers for something like this would be the round ones. Because you don't have to worry about where the jewel's hanging and get to the way. But
I hear you.
To it.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. The best part is when you drop all the things down.
Well, I was reading
you can drop as you go once you get to a certain point.
Well, I was reading it because it said something about when you drop the stitch, then you have to pick up the bar after you drop the stitch. And I'm like, why would you do that? But it makes sense because if you just drop the stitch, then how would... You've done it, haven't you?
Yeah, but I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
When you drop the stitch, you have a stitch, like, you have a bar, like this.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to pick it up so that you continue the same stitch count.
Right.
So, but reading it, I'm like, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the top needs to have a stitch.
Exactly. Yeah. But it took me a few minutes to realize that. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I don't remember that well because I knit it 3 or 4 years ago. When
it was popular.
Clapetee craze.
Yeah, I belong to the Clapity group, and every now and again it gets like more activity than normal. But right now we're at a slow point, probably because people are knitting for Christmas.
Yeah.
But so I'm doing my Clapity out of Gypsy Girl Creations yarn on figuring weight with US size 6 needles.
Is that it?
That's it.
So I am working on right here, Shetland Triangle. And I think everybody who has seen this a million times will be relieved to know that I have exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 rows left, and I will be done with this. Yeah, and then I'll bind off.
How much yarn do you have left?
I have so much yarn. I could do another one. I'm sure I could do another one exactly the same size. I have this much yarn left.
Wow.
This is like a 900 yard skein or something, or a 1200 yard. I don't know. It's a big skein. So maybe I will do another one someday.
Someday.
But it's going to be pretty big. I mean,
is your second one too, isn't it?
Yeah. The first one is the one the cat licked. And I am sad to say that Ollie is also a wool licker, so I have to be careful. Ollie and...
We got all 3 cats down here.
They're all around us.
Let me just say... Oh, that I didn't want to do. I barely have seen Maggie in all the times that I've been to Wendy's house.
You've known me for a long time, too. Like 5 years or something.
Something like that. I've seen her a couple times, but barely. She was up on the table giving Wendy some loving. I'm like, I've never seen her like this.
And then she bit me, because that's what she does.
And I have past experiences with nasty cats from my stepfather that I just said, yeah, hi, how you doing? I'm walking away.
Yeah, I have a nice scratch on my hand from where she bit me. Yeah, Maggie has never been friendly. Well, she is friendly, but she's crazy.
Friendly on her own terms.
She's knocking stuff over.
Sorry. And all the times we podcasted here, you've never seen their cats. Now
they're like everywhere. So anyway, Maggie has always been kind of crazy. She will bite you if you don't pet her. She will bite you while you're petting her if you pet her the wrong way. And she will bite you when she wants you to stop, because that's how she communicates. Here she comes. I don't know if she's going to come in the...
Yeah, I think... No, maybe not.
She's going to come over and bother me. So, 10 more rows left on this. I'm knitting it out of Great Adirondack yarn in the Lolita base, antique colorway on US 7 4.5 millimeter needles. It calls for a US 6, but I didn't have those open, so apparently all my 6s are somewhere. I can't find them.
Well, that's funny you say that, because my 6s and 7s, like, I know I have either Addy Turbos or something like that. Can't find them.
I have 2 sets of Addy Turbos Cirques, 32 inches. I have 2 sets of interchangeable needles in a size 6. Plus I have Addy Clicks in a size 6.
And you can't find any of them?
I can find 1 set, and they're in something.
Yeah, see, I can't even say that I have anything in anything, because I don't have that many projects.
Well, I don't either, but I must have some somewhere that I'm not remembering, that need to be ripped out. So, yeah, so that's that. So this should be done by next week. It should be done by the end of today, because it's really close. And I will be kind of glad to get it off the needles. Even though I enjoyed knitting it, I'm just tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I was working on that. Sorry. Ugh. And then the next thing that got some love is Little Batty. It got some love, and then I had to
unlove it?
Unlove it, yeah, because I made a mistake. I was out with friends for coffee, and I made a couple of mistakes that I had to rip back. But, yeah.
Darn those friends and coffee.
I know. On this one, I have, and I accidentally ripped my chart. This is the whole pattern. This is the whole pattern. Because I don't have really any, I mean, I know how I started it and everything. I probably have that written down somewhere, but this is the whole pattern, is this. And I was sitting on it, and I tried to pull it out from under myself, and I ripped it in half. And I don't know why I don't print out a new copy, but I've just been, like, holding it together. And I
don't know why you don't print out a new copy either.
I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I have about 10 rows left on this before I start the edging, too. So this will be done soon. And I'm glad for that. It was actually nice that I had to rip out, because I could see how big it was. Mm. I took it all the way off the needles. So, you know, that's getting some love, too. And then what else did I say I had on my needles? The aquaphobia socks. I'm not going to bother to show them to you because they got no love because I did not film, but I am going to get to that. I'm not promising when. It might really be after the first of the year.
I told you should just resign yourself to it and
I
take it
know.
off take the pressure off yourself.
I know. I just want to get them done. You know what I mean? I really wanted to cast on like 3 new things, but I feel
well, how
like
about this?
Can't cast on anything until I get
the socks. Done. You know you'll do another pair of socks with the short row heel.
I know. When they're right at that point, it will seriously take me 20 minutes. All I have to do is turn the camera on and do the heel. It will take me 20 minutes. I don't know why. I just haven't had, it seems like during the daylight hours, I never have enough time. And then when I do have time, it's dark and you won't be able to see what I'm doing.
Do you want to do it after this? I can hold the camera.
I don't know if we're going to have time.
All right.
But
I made the suggestion.
She did make the suggestion. I'm going to try to get it done. It just might take me a while. Let's just leave it with that. So, yeah, the Aquaphobia socks I'm knitting on. They're by Crystal Flanagan. I'm knitting them in Into the World Sock Muse colorway. And the little baddie is in Socks That Rock Lightweight, the rookie colorway. And I'm knitting that on US 6 needles. So there's one of them. So that's 2 that I know where they are.
Okay.
And these might be, no, these are 7s. So that's 1 set of 6s is in my little baddie. And I don't even think those are the interchangeable 6s. Those are the ones I made. No, these are the turbos. So who knows where they are? I have like 5 pairs of needles missing. But that's all I have on the needles this week.
All right. Rate your date. I have 1 rate your date. I finished my Turn the Square by Jared Flood. Now I do something different than he did. He cast on and knit back and forth and then increased a few things. I just cast on and then did my striping. I'm not sure how he did it. I honestly, I don't use the pattern for the pattern itself as much as
like
the
way
decrease.
That it looks.
Well, the decrease, the hat decrease.
And,
and
the striping.
Yeah, the stripe. But I mean, the stripe is a visual thing. You can see that.
Yeah.
So, this is Turn the Square by Jared Flood. I got to give him credit because that's, where the decrease came from.
Yeah, I like that.
Square. And it's Cascade 220 miscellaneous wool for my brother who likes skull caps.
Yeah.
Because I asked him. I personally think he'd look good with the folded brim hat, but
he doesn't like that.
He doesn't like them. So this is my skull cap.
It's not so bad when you have hair sticking out.
No.
I think the square top gives it a little, structure up there.
Well, plus the colors kind of draw away from it, too.
There's, some extra here.
Yeah, I need a pillbox hat.
Yeah, you don't need something that's too round on the top.
So, this is it. It's done on US size 6.
Maybe you have all my size 6s.
I don't. No, these are the size. I have the Susan Bates needles that I've been using. So.
Oh, I have a set of Susan Bates size 6 interchangeables too. I don't know where those are.
I don't know where all my these Susan Bates are the ones I bought when I first started knitting.
Yeah,
before
me too.
I realized there were better needles out there. Not that these are bad. Don't get me wrong. They're
not.
No,
but the cords are kind of
they're
awkward.
stiff.
Yeah.
So
that's the only reason I don't like the Bates silks, because the cords are really stiff. The needle part is nice.
No, it's a nice, sharp, pointy needle. So I did these on US size 6, and I couldn't find maybe it was a US size 7, but I couldn't find my addies or anything else that I have to do the top.
Yeah.
Because I do magic loop for decreasing the top. So I had a long Susan Bates one with the stiff needle. It wasn't the best, but it worked out okay. It was either that or going back to double points.
Yeah, I would have just done the whole thing. Because when I don't really do magic loop. I call it lazy loop.
Yeah, that's what I was
doing. I leave a thing stuck out of the edge.
That's kind of what I was doing, but the problem...
Because I can't be bothered to pull it back and forth.
It's a really stiff cord, though. You can only
I don't know if you could do it with that
so much, so...
There's a reason why I don't use those Bates needles very often.
So this is my Turn the Square hat.
I like it. Is
Hopefully
that all you have for
Rate
My Date?
That's all I have. Are you kidding?
Well, I have this for Rate My Date. Excuse me.
God only knows when I'm going to have the clapper-tee done. Oh.
I made another elf hat.
Which one did you make? That one?
I made both of them.
I know that.
Oh, this is the second one.
Oh.
This is the one that I showed you before. And this, you're way away from me.
I wasn't.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
You have to make it point up.
Oh,
Look how mine's pointing up. Hello.
Yeah, mine's pointing up. It's out of the.
I know, because your body is so much taller than mine. There we go.
I look like I have two-tone hair.
I know, your hair looks two different colors. I, on the other hand, look like I have no hair. So, yes. One of these, this is my husband's. Going in.
There we go.
That looks so scary. I can't even talk to you. All right. This is my son's, and this is my husband's. They're exactly the same. They're both knit out of Red Heart Soft.
Did you use up?
I did. I used up. So you can, if you get 2 skeins of Red Heart Soft, one in red and one in green, you can make 2 of these hats doubled, holding the yarn doubled. It's pretty good yardage. I think it's 500 yards a skein. I knit them on a US 10.5, and the pattern is by Renee Hanlon. It's free. I did not opt for the felted ears because my husband and son didn't want them, but they're super cute. So now when Lily and I wear our Christmas tree hats out for our Christmas stuff, the guys can wear elf hats. And but that's all that I finished for Rate My Date this week.
That's all you have?
That's my only finished thing.
Wow,
I know.
Like you.
Last week I had a ton of stuff, but I do have a Whirlwind Romance.
Oh, well, we all know that I don't have that.
So, as you know, I told you last week, and I showed you the bobbins. I'm spinning Portuguese Merino from Dyeabolical Yarns in the Flower Shop Inferno colorway.
She got it right.
I did, because I have to get it right now, because Rachel liked the name Atomic Flower Pot so much that she made a colorway, and it is now on sale in her store.
Is it pretty?
It is pretty. It's very pretty. I like it. So this is the second skein that I did. This is 160 yards, worsted weight. And what I did, I told you last time, is I took each braid and I separated it into 3 lengthwise, spun them each, and then ran them together. So there are parts of the yarn where all of the colors are the same, and parts of the yarn where you get some overlap and the colors are different. And this is maybe this is the first one. This is the first one I spun. This is the second one I spun.
Color difference is just amazing.
Yeah, this one's a little brighter than this one, but it's still the same.
No, I see.
It's the same colorway. This had more yellow in it. This one's still damp. So this one is 160. This one is 185. And I have a pound more to spin. So I will be working on that. This is so squishy and nice. I want to start knitting with it right away. This is going to be such a pretty sweater. It's going to be really stripy.
What are you going to do?
I think I'm going to do Party Mix by Julia Farwell Clay. It came out in the last Knitty, not the newest one, but the one before that. But I might not have enough yarn, so I might have to spin a different color. The Party Mix sweater has one color for the body and a different color for the arms, so I might end up doing that sweater. But if I have enough to knit one whole sweater, I'm probably just going to use Elizabeth Zimmerman's formula and just do a straight top-down pullover. I just want something that shows off how the yarn is going to stripe. And it's really hard to see it in this skein. Do I have a sample over here? Those of you who've seen my Captain Tight Pants hat that has the gradient kind of look to it, that's what it's going to look like. But the stripes will be smaller because it'll be obviously more stitches around for a body than a head. So yeah, lots of spinning this week. I spun that all between Sunday and Wednesday. So yeah, I need to get another 4 ounces on the wheel, but that's it for my Whirlwind Romance.
Okay, sorry reading.
I know.
Future dates?
Yes.
I have no future dates in my head. Slippers are always going to be a future date, but I've come to a determination Um, I don't have time to knit myself slippers right now because I
Yeah.
have other things going on. I don't have time to knit my brother slippers,
Yeah.
although he will probably be the first slippers I knit. I am tossing my old slippers away because I found a pair of store-boughts that I had hidden in my closet, and I'm wearing those right now.
Oh, well, good.
And my boys keep stealing those slippers, so
Oh,
I am going
no.
to buy them slippers for right now. They're the ones that Zachary probably would love to have Hello Kitty slippers. I'm not going to knit Hello Kitty slippers.
No, I don't
So
think
I
you should.
think, although I could actually see doing it on the top of that slipper, but that's beside the point. I'll probably buy both of them slippers. Cam, my husband, just doesn't wear them.
Yeah.
He walks around barefoot. I don't understand how he can do
Yeah,
that.
my husband doesn't like to wear slippers either. I love them.
Yeah, but does he wear socks?
No.
No?
He just goes barefoot. It must be a guy thing.
No, because my son Max is like me, where he'll wear socks and slippers.
Well, my kids will wear socks and slippers, but Jim, he's too warm
Zachary
to wear them.
is like my husband. The first thing he does when he gets home is takes off his socks and walks around. That's what Cam does. He comes home, takes off his socks. That's why we don't walk with shoes around in our house.
Oh, it's so funny.
It is weird. So I do plan on doing slippers at some point. And if I really sat down and did them, I'd be done in a weekend with them.
I know. They're not a big project.
No, not that one. They go quick. And,
it's just not something that's fun to knit. You know what I mean?
Right now.
Like,
and I think somebody gave me or pointed to me the loafer slippers out there. So I think I might try those for myself next. So I don't know. We'll see. But I have no plans for any future dates right now. I do have a pair of socks and the needles, and that's Maggie, by the way.
Yeah, this is Maggie.
But those are just, if I remember to keep them in my car, those will be for any mindless knit.
Yeah.
But.
So my only future date is the shipwreck shawl, and I already told you about it last week. I thought I might cast it on this week, but I didn't have time. So it's still on my future dates. I'm not really going to start working on it until January, but I might cast on the lace and do some of the lace part, the center medallion, before then. You're really ruining my mojo here, Katie. Okay. Okay.
That's
Don't
so
bite
funny.
me.
So going on to crushes and heartbreaks.
Yep.
Crush and heartbreaks are my husband's been home for a week.
That's kind of a two-way thing.
It's been kind of nice because it's been really nice to have him home at dinner. Because she usually doesn't get home until 8 o'clock, maybe the earliest. And so we've been having dinner without him, and I've been lazy where I've been letting the kids kind of eat in front of the TV.
Yeah.
So this week it's been nice to sit down at the table and eat dinner. We've been eating earlier, about 6:30. That's nice. And so I like that. I've been going to school Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
I come home Tuesday, Wednesday, having to study for a big final, and I went to the library after school because I knew my husband was going to be home. I come home and I'm like, why should I be the one to cook dinner?
I know.
You've been home all day. What'd you do for it? So that's the heartbreak.
Did he cook dinner?
No, we actually ended up ordering out.
I like that little box.
I think Larry gave it to me.
It's cute.
Somebody gave it to me. Maybe not. Maybe somebody else.
It wasn't me.
No, it might have been a swap. I don't remember. I haven't done swaps in so long. I forgot. Sorry. I don't like to say too much. No, we ended up ordering Chinese takeout instead.
Well, that's better than having
And then yesterday, Max did his violin concert, and Cam went out for a little bit, so we did macaroni and cheese for the kids. I had a bowl of cereal. I like Cheerios.
Oh, I love Cheerios.
I love Cheerios. And then, that's where we are. School, my written finals are done.
Yay.
I have a mock interview on Monday. I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's a mock interview.
I know, but still, you got to treat it like a real interview. I got to dress up. I got to look through my closet. I don't think I have anything. Last time I had anything business or professional.
I would lend you business clothes, but I gave them all to charity.
Last time I wore anything business was, let's see, Zachary's 9, so maybe 8 years ago, after he got, probably even before then, because maternity wear was probably not so professional.
Back then, no, it all looked
My
like...
office was very casual. And yeah, I probably have gained weight since then too. So gosh only knows. I gotta look through my closet, and they said I don't have to have a suit for the mock interview, just a nice skirt or pants and a nice blouse. But I don't even think I have that.
And I totally would have had things that you could have worn that would fit you, but my sister-in-law asked to borrow some interview clothing because she's looking for a job closer to home, and I gave her one suit that I wore before I had kids, and I gave her one dress that I wore that before I had kids too. These are like, oh, and then I can't find anything else. I think the last time I got rid of clothing last year, I got rid of everything.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
I gotta go through my closet and do that and go over questions like, what's your weakness? What's your strongest? I'm like, oh. I was telling my husband, I said, the classes were the easy part. It's looking for a job that's the hardest.
I don't think you're going to have a problem finding a job.
So,
just be yourself.
Oh, I know, but it's just I get so nervous.
I know.
But I did figure out my weakness.
What is your weakness? You're too nice?
No, well, you can't say that to someone, but you have to turn your weakness into a positive.
Right.
So my weakness is public speaking in a large group.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to overcome that by volunteering to be a head coach in the boys soccer team.
All right.
Because that was exactly why I did that. Because I knew I had problems. You wouldn't think I'd have a problem because I talked to you guys.
Except that what people don't realize is when we're talking to you right now, we're really just talking to ourselves.
We're talking to each other.
There's like nobody here.
So I had to do a presentation on what they call it, an assessment board? No. I don't know. I wish I had it, but they kept it. I had to do a poster board.
Oh, the poster board.
I had to do a poster board on what I value, what my future goals are, what's important to me. So what I did is I put my family in the middle, because you're supposed to put what's your most important thing in the middle. So I put a picture of my 3 boys, and then I put a picture of like older boys being teenagers, for the future. Put a picture cut out in the shape of a heart of an older couple for Cam and I being growing old together. And then I put a picture, it was a Hennessy ad, but I put friends over it because of my friends. I said, they're important to me. They're my support system. Then you did your career, which, my short-term goal is to get a career in phlebotomy. My long-term goal is hopefully to get maybe a career in lab technician.
Right.
But to do that, I'd need to go back to school, so forth and so on. And to do that, I need money, so I put money.
Yeah.
You're doing this by, like, cutting out
from a magazine. It was a collage.
It was.
Just like when you're in, like, the 4th grade. It's a collage.
We should get it back this week. I'll show it
next week. You
have
to bring it in.
So then I, short-term and long-term goal is to lose weight and eat better. So I put good choices of food and exercise on one, and then the other corner is knitting.
Yeah.
Because knitting is a big part of my life. It helped me get through all of Zachary's situations, and we have this. I said, I used one of our old business cards, and I put that on there too. I said, knitting is a big part of my life, and it's going to help me get through it. It's going to help me relieve my stress.
Yeah.
And but some of the other people did a fabulous job. I mean, one girl, I said, you like to scrapbook, don't you? She goes, yeah, why? I said, because you can see it on the poster board. Yeah. Just because she took some time for cheater. Took some time to put that out
there. She probably didn't make it herself.
Well, her daughter did help her, but she took the time, and it's like, you just... Some people are like, I'm just not a creative person. Like, we had to do a final for...
You're creative, you're just not creative in that way.
Yes. We had to do a final for computers, which entailed PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And he told us what we had to do the PowerPoint on, which was liver disease. I'm like, oh, I know that. But, I did what I thought was kind of cute and cutesy, and I look over to my classmates, I'm like... She just did. It was elaborate. I'm like, holy cow! Here I am thinking I'm being creative. I'm like, oh, but I'm not. I'm not a creative person in that
way
sense of the words. But so yeah, that's my crushes and heartbreaks. School is almost done. Hopefully, I'll get placed for my externship soon.
I'm sure you will get placed.
So that I can get it done and over with, and then I'll put that on my resume. We worked on our resume. She said she liked my resume. She helped me. phrase certain things. I need to get references. Ask one of my professors. I got to ask my employees because they know I'm leaving.
Yeah.
If they'd be willing to give me good references.
I'm sure they would. They better.
And and then my externship, I'll be able to get some references too.
And that'll be really good.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
That's it.
My crushes and heartbreaks. My personal 30-day challenge. I'm trying to work out 30 minutes a day for the next 30 days. It's gone pretty well. Over the weekend, I had to miss a day because we went to a birthday party that I thought we were going to be at for an hour, and we ended up staying for half the day, pretty much, because we were having such a nice time. It was a couple who's a friend of ours that lives down the road, and some of their friends who were also couples who had kids. All of our kids are the same age, and they went upstairs and played, and we just got to sit downstairs and have snacks.
It's
and
nice when the
talk,
kids get old enough
and,
like that.
yes. And it was so nice to have a family evening that was also an adult time evening. It was good. So, but as a result, I didn't have time to work out that day. So I felt kind of bad, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm just going to keep going. And then on Wednesday, I got the worst migraine headache, and I still have it. Like, it's like still lingering. And it was so bad I couldn't do anything. I had to just go. I went to bed at like 8 and just laid upstairs in the dark. And so I felt really bad about that. But people were encouraging me on Twitter and telling me not to give up. So I did work out yesterday, even though I still have a headache. But it's not as bad. Like, it's not at that point where I feel like I'm going to be sick. And I'll do it again today, and I'm just going to keep going with it. I did 19 push-ups in a row.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
That's a lot of push-ups.
There's a lot of push-ups.
Now, I want to be honest about this. I do not do the push-ups where you put yourself full length out because I'm not at that level. I do it on my knees. But 19 push-ups in a row is my personal best.
That's good.
I know. I'm pretty excited about it. And I need to go up. I use hand weights during the exercise. I need to go up to 5 pound for some of the exercises because it's too easy. 5 pound isn't easy. So that's going to be bad. But my goal now, like, I'm doing the 30-day shred. I'm on level 1. I don't think I'm going to be good enough to quit level 1
for a while.
Well, I think I probably could do level 2, but I don't want to, like, kill myself.
Overdo it, yeah.
Yeah. Because I have to mod some of the exercises because of my knee injury. So, I haven't even looked. I know what the mods are because I talked them over with my physical therapist before I left therapy. But I don't know what the mods would be for the other 2 levels because I've never done them. But my plan is to do level 1 until January 2nd. And then start level 2 and do that for 30 days. And then start level 3 and do that for 30 days. And if I can go to the gym, then I just won't do the workout tape that day. I'll do my other workout. But I feel like that'll get me into a nice routine where I'm working out every day. And, I'm trying not to go crazy eating. But I'm not, like, carefully counting my calories and measuring everything either. I'm just doing, like, I'm just watching it. I'm not going crazy with that yet. I might go crazy with that in the spring because I would like to lose the weight that I gained back when I had my knee injury. So that's my plan, and that's going really well. So I'm happy about that. And I'm also just want to say thank you to my internet friends and Sheila this week. Made me feel a lot better. Just being nice. People doing nice things for us and saying nice things, and it was just a good week.
Good.
So I thank you, internet friends, and Sheila.
Thank you.
Real life friend. And that's it for my crushes and heartbreaks.
All right, on to Baubles and Bling. I have a couple of Baubles and Bling. We both do.
Yep.
I'm going to start off with a pattern that I received from NS the RD. NSTHERD, I can only assume.
I don't know.
It's capital NS, lowercase THE, which I would assume the, and then RD.
NS the RD.
I can think of resident director. I don't know if that's what it stands
Research
for.
developer.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know.
Anyways, She gave me the pattern Butterfly Loves Red Blood Cell. Now, if you recall, I showed this at the end of October, and I did bring it with me, or I had planned on bringing it with me. MJ, friend of ours, and Melissa's, gave me a little mini red blood cell. So NS3RD gave me the pattern to make my own.
That's cool.
So I'm going to bring it over here. So yeah,
That'd be a good teacher gift.
Well, she was saying, you know, for my classmates too, and I'm like, yeah, that would be kind of cute if
you had time.
I had time. One of my classmates is having a very difficult time right now. She may not be able to do her externship for various reasons.
Yeah, that's tough.
That I may take the hug pattern, borrow the hug pattern from you.
Oh yeah, give her a
make
hug.
her a little hug. Because I think she'd appreciate that.
I think so.
And then another gift I got, we both got.
Yeah,
we both got
at the same time.
Gifts from Lois. Knitting's my bag. I got a bag that said, I'm nice.
And I got one that says, I'm naughty. And she texted me a picture. She said, guess which one is yours? I knew right away that mine was going to be the naughty one.
I also got stitch markers of little gingerbread men.
And I got little gnomes. I got to take mine out so you can see them. Take them out because they're super cute. They are so cute. I just am dying over them. Look how cute.
A little gingerbread, and their stripes are different colors on mine. This one's blue, I got green,
and the
I
gnomes,
got pink.
There's a couple of different colors of gnomes. There's a blue gnome.
I got yellow stripe here.
And there's an aqua gnome. He would go really well with my gnome bag. I love them.
I dropped Lois's card on the floor. No offense, Lois. I should have left it there.
This is Lois's card.
There's just a ton of cat hair that's going to make me sneeze.
I held up Lois's card so you could see. I love these, Lois.
Thank you, Lois. And
we also got custom colorway yarn.
Custom dyed colorway yarn from Spinning Fates.
And this is the Spinning Fates business card.
Did you get the same base?
Yes, this is the Shiva base, which is 100% merino.
400 yards, 100 grams. Mine is the Burnin' Ring of Fire because I'm always talking about how I love fire.
And mine is Hyacinth Bucket.
Bouquet. Bouquet.
Oh, I'm supposed to say bouquet. That's right.
Hyacinth
everyone
bouquet.
Everyone calls her bucket.
I know, but she says
hyacinth bouquet because I love hyacinth and pinks and pale blues. And sorry, Lois got these off my favorite colors from my Rav.
Oh yeah.
So I love it.
I love mine.
This was super nice.
So soft, and it's funny because Shiva, it just made me laugh.
Yeah.
My husband, actually a friend of mine, started calling me Sheba, as in the queen of.
Yeah.
And he introduced me all through college. He picked this name before we went to college, and all through college he would introduce me. This is my friend Sheba. This is my friend Sheba.
Yeah.
So when I met Cam without knowing, he didn't meet Phil, and so Phil just started calling me Sheba. So my husband very rarely calls me by my first name.
Yeah.
Unless I'm in trouble.
Nice.
Sheila.
That was really nice, Lois. I love it.
Yes, thank you very much. I love it too. Now to figure out what to use.
It's the best Christmas ever.
Best day ever. Sorry. Anyone watches SpongeBob? I just put that worm in your head.
Yeah, sorry.
It's in mine. It's now in yours.
Anything else you have for Bubbles and Bling?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
I have some Bubbles and Bling. I gotta finish this 3 more stitches and then I will tell you what they are. Okay, first of all, Rachel, who is also known as Dyeabolical Yarns, sent me the most awesome thing ever. And she had to tell me. She texted and told me she sent it because the Etsy person forgot to put her name on it, so it would have just showed up in the mail randomly. And that would have kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah. I
would have been like, oh my God. She found this on Etsy. It is, I can't even believe this exists. It is a notebook called People I Want to Punch in the Face.
It's just a blank notebook.
It's just a blank notebook. And it came with a little card that says, You're welcome. You now hold in your hands a useful, non-violent alternative to mayhem. This handmade pocket-sized wonder is the perfect place to journal away all your frustrations into laughter. Order lots of these. You can never have enough. And, sorry, the cats are having a fight. And one satisfied customer, Jamie, said, I just made an entry into my book, and as soon as I made it name number of punches and how hard they would be, I was able to completely wash away the angst that I formerly had. So, yes, I have already entered some names onto the list. I have 10 people written down, and one of them is Tom Cruise. Because I don't know what it is about him, but he just makes me want to punch him in the face.
Her first one, by the way?
Blip TV.
Blip TV.
You know they're on my punch list. Oh, you know who I have to put on there too? Cafe Press, because they charge so much for the women's sizes.
The Wailing Cop who ticketed me and lied.
The lady who punched me at Market Basket. I'd like to punch her in the face.
What was that?
Oh, that's the senator that said that if you get raped, he said if women get raped, I wish I could remember his name. Aiken, maybe? A-K-I-N? He said that if women get raped, their body has a way of preventing them from getting pregnant.
What?
I know. And so that's crazy right there. But then he said, and then someone said, well, then how is it that people who get raped get pregnant? And he said, well, if it's a legitimate rape, they won't get pregnant.
Gosh.
Yeah. So, okay, number one, I'm totally freaked out that this man could have this belief about women's bodies and how they work in this day and age. And number two, I'd like to punch him in the face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the legitimate. Mitt Romney's on my list too, sorry. I know some people like Mitt Romney out there, but because I worked under him when he was the governor of Massachusetts.
You know him probably a little bit more than a lot of other people do.
Yeah, he was, I would just, and...
Oh, no.
Sorry, I'm not going to say his name publicly, but my former principal and Sheila's current principal, I'd like to punch him in the face, too.
He's not causing us. He's actually been doing quite a good job. I think this is working well for him. Not to say that I'm not happy to get out of that school system next year, but it seems to be working well for him.
I think with the strong structure already in place, there was little he could do to cause harm.
Yeah, we have a strong structure
at our school on the other hand, more and more stuff keeps coming up every day where we're like, how come we never saw this?
Really?
And the principal says, this should have been published to you every year. And it's like, yeah, never was.
Oh.
So our new principal is fabulous, though. So I'm glad that he's working out well at your school and not, like, causing havoc. And I'm glad that we got somebody a million times better than he is.
Let's just put it this way. So far as I know, he's not causing havoc.
But he's in the book. I have a book now. Now when I say I'm going to put you on my list of people that I want to punch in the face, I totally am. Right on it. I'm going to just carry this around in my purse. I freaking love it. So thank you, Rachel. That was so awesome.
I really am going to put you in the book today. Cross you off when you're not being such a jerk.
Yeah. I think that's hilarious.
That is funny.
So that was that Bubbles and Bling. And then I got some patterns this week. Let's see. I got This Was Wrapped to Me by, and now, of course, I didn't write down the name of the people that wrapped it to me. I'm going to have to
Which is Random
Active patterned it to me. Okay, I look blank because I'm looking on my Ravelry. Sorry.
I won't look blank. Hi. I can't see what I look like, but hi anyway.
Okay, so, Aunt Nisi is the one who sent me Trellis Cardigan by Laura Grutzik. It's very pretty. It's been in my queue for a long time. This is from St. Denis magazine. So I love that.
Oh. I've been looking. I've had that magazine. That's a nice magazine.
Yeah, I have a couple of copies of St. Denis too. And then I got Bloomchin. This is from Miss Diane of Knittables.
Hi, Diane.
And she gave me this pattern, which is very nice. And then I also got this one, Pine Hill Scarf, designed by Natalie S. Ford, and Natalie Ford wrapped it to me.
Oh, nice.
And that's very pretty. And it's knit out of Wendy Happy Sock Weight. I don't know what Wendy Happy Sock Weight is, but I like it that it's called Wendy Happy. Excuse me. Did I say Bloomchin is by Ann Hansen? I didn't know if I said that. But that was from Knitables. And then, to top everything off, the author of the Skipperty sweater, which I knit out of handspun and I showed you last week, gave me a free pattern of my choice because I was the first person who wasn't test knitting who finished her sweater. And I asked her to send me Hero, which is a colorwork sweater. I'm going to just show you a really pretty close up of the colorwork. It's unusual.
It's not a lot of colorwork.
It's not.
Just subtle.
It's just a subtle colorwork that let me see if I can get it there. That just really beautiful. So yeah, it's one of the ones that I've been thinking about doing in the future. I might spin for it. And now I have the pattern. So that was awesome. So this was like a really good week.
Good for you.
Free stuff.
Yeah.
Gifts from friends. Random act of pattern in honor of Carrie, Knit Pearl Girl.
Yeah.
It was a very good week. So, and this is just, this is the ultimate. Like, I don't know. This is almost as good as Captain Picard. Almost. It's very close, second to the Captain Picard doll, which shall remain as the best gift ever. So, yes, thank you, Lolo. Thank you, Rachel. And thank you, everybody who wrapped me. That was awesome. And that's all I have for Bubbles and Blend.
That's all I have. It's probably all I'll get.
Gossip and innuendo, do you have any?
I usually do that with my crushes and heartbreaks.
Nothing's going on. Usually I save that for things that are like
knitting related, yeah.
That are happening in the future. We're still Spa is coming up.
When does that come? February?
It's the first week of weekend of February. It's like February 2nd or something. I've been talking with a couple of people on Ravelry. I'm gonna try to be there, and if I am, we'll do a meetup.
What is it? Saturday?
It's a Saturday,
I'll see what I can do.
I think that right now I'm driving up, probably with Lisa. And maybe with Kathy. Have you met Kathy?
I don't know. Probably
Kathy's
not.
really nice.
If I can, I mean, there shouldn't be a problem why I couldn't.
It would just be like last time when we just drove up.
There shouldn't be a reason. I just need to know the date and tell my husband is basically what it comes down to. And possibly take the day. Well, it depends on where I am, because if I'm working, I won't have to take the day off from my overnight job.
Exactly.
But if I'm not, I probably will.
Spa is in... No, I'm not going to. Freeport, Maine, at the Hilton. I think there's a Hilton there in Freeport. And
we went after a big snowstorm. Remember?
Yes, remember that? They have, and I had blown that was after I blew my knee out. It was like the weekend after I blew my knee out.
Yeah. I was thinking more of the parking, but okay.
Oh, yeah, the parking. I parked. Yeah, we had to park. Remember we parked like on that place? Yeah. And I had this crazy brace on my leg because I blew my knee out. We met up with Heather. Yeah, we met up with Boutros Babe, Heather of Highland Handmaids.
I wonder if they're going up there again.
They probably are. I don't know. That was nice, though. And Spunky Eclectic, Amy from Spunky Eclectic is going to be there. So if you like her spinning fibers, she's going to be there. Heather from Mad Color Fiber Arts is going to be there. Josette from Enchanted Knoll Farms is going to be there. String Theory is going to be there again. A lot of, the lady that does the rabbit, the one that you bought the yarn from.
Oh,
the Woolen Rabbit. The Woolen Rabbit. I can't think of her first name now.
I was just thinking how we need to...
Went out of my head.
Work on that.
Yeah, the Woolen Rabbit
and then
is going to be there.
And I bought bright yellow yarn too, remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was really pretty.
It was pretty. I was just thinking I should probably do a cowl.
Yeah, I bought like a pound of fiber from them that I might use with this.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So there's a lot of vendors out there. Now, it's not a huge marketplace. You can do that marketplace in less than an hour.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So if you're just coming up for that and you can still do the Freeport stuff. Like you can shop in the outlets and do things like that. But it's not a huge event.
No.
I don't know if there are I know there aren't any spots in the main hotel right now, but there are probably still spots in local hotels. If you want to stay for the weekend, they have a spin together in one of the function rooms that goes on. And I just don't think. Oh, you know who else is going to be up there? Jessa Lou from
Oh,
Jessa Lou Bags. So we're going to see her too because she's staying in the other hotel. So it'll be fun. There'll be a lot of cool vendors there. A lot of people will be going there who are local. And if you want to meet up with us closer in time, I'll put a thread in the group that says where we're going to meet up and what time and everything. And but if you don't formally plan it and you see us there, come up and get a button.
I got good Karma yarn there, the yellow.
Yeah, and I got a pound of fiber from them.
I remember because they were a good price.
Yeah, it was a really good price. There's some good stuff up there. There are other vendors too that I can't remember all the names of.
Yeah, there were a lot of
a lot of different vendors. But again, it's not huge. It's not going to be anywhere close to, say, Stitches or, even mass sheep and wool. It's not going to be that big.
It's much smaller than that.
But it's a fun day trip. It's only an hour and a half for us to go up there, so we'll probably do that. We won't stay for very long.
Oh.
And and last time we didn't really walk around because my leg was busted up and it had just snowed.
Yeah, it was very icy. We went for lunch.
Yeah.
Came back.
Went
said
home.
Our goodbyes.
Yeah. That was fun. I was in charge of Josette's booth.
Oh, yeah.
While she went to the bathroom.
Excuse me.
I didn't know anything about anything. People were asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know. I don't work here. I mean, I'm working here right now, but I don't
work here.
So, yeah. Other than that, there's not much going on. We will be recording next week, and then we will be taking a week off until the new year. Just so you're apprised of that and you don't think anything's wrong or that we're not going to show up anymore. We've been fairly regular podcasters.
If it's not you,
usually one of us records. So I feel a little bad that we're taking a week off, but
we did it last year. I think
we did. It's it's Christmas. It's family
deserve
time.
Our vacation.
Yeah, and it'll just be too crazy here for me to try to record.
When's your mom?
They're coming up on Tuesday of next week.
Oh, all right.
And then going back.
Yeah, I gotta find a babysitter on the 27th.
Yes, because we might do a road trip on the 27th. Which would be fun.
It would be fun.
If we could do that. So.
On that note, if you're a new viewer, thanks for checking us out. We appreciate you. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back each week. We really do appreciate you guys watching us each and every week in our crazy antics.
Yeah.
And
if you have a chance, go to Dyeabolical Yarns and check out the Atomic Flower Pot colorway. I totally love it that turned into a colorway. I don't know if any's going to be up in the store. She has an update at noon today, but by the time you see this, it will be past noon.
It's already past noon now.
Oh, it is? Maybe it'll be in there. It's really pretty.
Is it going to be a sock yarn, do you know?
Well, it's on sock and fiber base.
Let's go for sock. No, I don't see it.
Look on fiber.
Fabric, felting, spinning fibers.
That must have sold.
Flower Shop Inferno.
That's what I have. It must have sold out again.
Yeah, I don't know what it would look like.
Well, yeah. She had a bunch of it up 2 or 3 days ago and it sold out. So, sorry. It doesn't look like it's in there anymore. And I can't give you a picture of it because she's not on Etsy, so you can't go and see the stuff that was
that's the one
sold.
thing some shops you kind of miss out on is being able to see what the color look like. So if you wanted to do a
special order.
Yeah. That's all right.
Well, anyway, keep an eye out for it because it's really cool. And plus, I made up that name randomly, so I feel like somehow I'm involved.
All right, yeah. I better watch out because I think I'm gonna lose space out of the big head over here.
It's exciting.
Oh my gosh.
The people spoke and they wanted Atomic Flower Pot because it's the best name ever.
Alrighty.
All right. So
on that note, have a good week.
Yeah.
Knit with heart.
Knit with heart. Bye, everybody.
Bye.